So first I'm given the introductions for me. Myself, I Dr. Ashmita Mali, Assistant Professor from Faculty of Commerce, Parur University. Welcome to you all in the series of webinar at Parur University. Uh, Dr. T. J. Mary is a commerce teacher and researcher. She is having around 17 years of experience in academia. She worked as a senior mistress at Kudinikkal Public School in 2004. She started her career as a teaching faculty in Calicut, educated since 2005. Presently, she is working as an assistant professor of commerce, St. Mary College Autonomous, Thudakudi, Tamil Nadu. Her areas of interest are financial management, accounting, behavior finance. She has participated in more than 30 conferences, workshops, seminars, and presented and published more than 10 papers, research articles. As she was the MPEN resource person of SABI, has conducted about 6 financial awareness programs for various group of people like college, students, household, and professionals. She also completed one minor research project funded by UGC. As a self-motivated professor, she always ensures that the students are self-reliant, goal-oriented, and march towards their future, and believes that education is not to get a job alone, but it is to live with and by it. So, ma'am, please you have to start your presentations, and welcome to you, Parul University Faculty of Commerce. Ma'am, your voice is not audible. No, ma'am, right now also your voice is not audible. Hello, ma'am.
Am I audible to you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, right now audible.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So thank you for the good introduction about me. Thank you, I would like to say thanks to the coordinators of this program, Satish Patel, sir, and Dr. Rasmita Mali. And I also wholeheartedly thank my friend Shubhashree Srinivasan for making me in front of you, actually. Thank you. Today I am
Thank you,
going
ma'am.
to, yeah, today I'm going to just share a few things about the investment strategy for beginners. Okay. Um, Students, what is the need for financial education? Do anyone knows about it? Do you feel it is very important to have a financial education? It can be more interactive. So it is said that an informed investor is an empowered investor. The world of money is simple and at the same time it is complex also. It is simple for those who try to understand the situation and, and take time to think before making a decision. But it is very complex for those who are not keen on doing their required homework. So financial education helps on one understand critical concepts related to money matters. So it also makes aware of the roadblocks and plot holes on the road to one's life financial journey. So being able to plan your finance is one immediate benefit of financial education. So it is very much needed, and a pressing need for financial education comes from two areas, that is a deterioration of personal finance and proliferation of new and complex financial products. So deterioration of personal finances is nothing but it is living beyond means and exaggerating the things and credit card debts and risky investments. Okay, and then the second most needed of financial education is proliferation of new and often complex financial products that demand more financial expertise of consumers. Add to that the turbulent market conditions also changing often. So this is the agenda we are going to do today. So what is financial planning? Can anyone help me out of this? What is financial planning? What is financial planning? Okay, yeah. Financial planning is a process laid down to help an investor to reach from the current financial position to the desired financial position. Okay, so it is a process, and like any other process, it has certain steps also. So these are all the following steps. You may have come across many steps in various discussions, but I have listed very few. Having a process helps keep our emotions in check and maintain discipline. A disciplined approach always helps an investor steer the course and reach the desired financial destination without deviations from the path. In the first step, it is important to gather the financial data to see where we are currently. So it is important to know where we are and where we desire to reach in order to make the plan. So even for a small objective like going from one place to another, the starting point and the end point should be known to us. And then only we can decide what kind of vehicle on one needs to take and how long the journey would be and what are the possible difficulties along the road and how to prepare for the journey. The same principles also is applying for financial planning as well. So we will spend more time on goals in next few slides, but identification of financial goals helps us around at the next step, which is to identify the gaps. So once we know what the gaps are, we are then plan to fill up those gaps. This is a crucial step and takes up maximum amount of time. However, no plan can succeed if the first three steps are not taken well. So it is more important one to take up more time in analyzing these three concepts. A plan on paper is of no use. It has to be implemented and put in practice. At the same time, it is also important to understand that no plan about future can always be correct. So we need to regularly review the plan and check the process. So gathering information about the financial data, maybe your monthly salary, business income. So whatever in any form you are earning will be included here. Even basic needs cannot be met even if there are handsome salary, but expenses are higher than the income. Knowing the income and expenses will help in proper planning. So this is a small exercise for you children. So please have this in your mind and calculate your monthly budget on yourself. So be honest and serious in entering the values. Just make a try.
Chairman,
Yes.
ma'am, your PPT is not sharing properly. It is stuck in one page.
Shall I share it to Shubhasri?
Okay, ma'am, you can share it to me also. Ma'am, also, I think you need to mute one device because it is echoing again and again.
Oh,
You're using two devices. Now, I think both devices are working now.
no,
So,
ma'am.
better you uh, now the screen is visible, ma'am. You just click the slide for the students. So that
is it moving, ma'am?
ma'am, now your PPT is sharing. Ma'am, now it is visible, ma'am.
Is it moving, ma'am? Actually,
No, no, it is not moving. It's just showing only two slides. One is identify goals. Next one is identify gap or issues.
wait a minute, please. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem.
Ma'am, actually, I'm sending the PPT to your mail.
Okay,
Asmita
ma'am.
got an
Okay, ma'am. You sent to ma'am mail. I will download from there.
Ma'am, can you able to locate my PPT?
Ma'am, just a second, ma'am. Right now I'm
Yes,
refreshing my mail. I will check it and
yes, yes. Sure.
Can you say
Yeah,
which mail you have forwarded because still we never received mail.
Asmita dot Mali.
Mali 90728
Yes, 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 yes.
at paruluniversity.ac.in, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. Still cannot yet receive
Yeah.
mail.
Sorry, ma'am, for the inconvenience. Actually, it's not moving. I could able to see the changes in the slide,
And ma'am, no
but
problem, ma'am. Right now I received your mail. I will download it and I will share it.
yes.
No problem.
Received mail, ma'am?
Yeah, I received your
Yes.
mail. I will just connect it now.
Yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, can you able to see the screen I'm presenting now?
No, ma'am. It's
Just
not
a minute.
visible to me.
Okay, ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, just a minute, ma'am. I will try to connect another device because your system it is not sharing properly. Just a minute.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, okay. No issue. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. It's visible. Please go to the seventh slide, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So this is a small test or an exercise for you for this monthly to calculate your monthly budget. Students kindly fill in detail and find out whether you are in plus or minus at the end of this month. Be honest and sincere in entering the values. So if you are able to save even a smaller amount, you are in a right track. So the next very important thing is to actually stick to what values they have entered in the sheet and implement the same plan. Next slide, please. So the next step is to setting up the goals. So your goal may be a short term, medium term, or long term. Short term goals up to 3 years, medium up to 3 to 5 years, and the long term upwards 5 years. So each goal must have a target amount and a target date. Goals without amounts and dates are likely to be missed. So please next move to the next slide now. So you should also identify the gaps. So there may be unforeseen liabilities. So like are these any expenses which have to be met on a priority due to which plan may have to be changed? Say for example, the main earner of a family having a heart affected with a heart attack, or there is a leakage in bathroom of a person who is staying above your house, and due to which there is a leakage in your bathroom, and there is also a risk of electric shock like that. So you should always find the gap to fill all these things. Okay. Next. So next plan is prepare for financial plan. So financial plan can be prepared after assessment of income, expenditure, assets and liabilities and financial goals. So risk taking ability also should be analyzed. So it is very important part of preparation of financial plan is to assess what is your risk taking ability. So understand the risk taking ability like income and expenditure and assets and liabilities play a very important role in individuals' risk-taking ability. So you may think that high-income people will have more risk-taking ability, but it is not the same. Okay. So please move on to the next slide, ma'am. So high income does not going students will have the same risk taking ability. So if one's father is the richest businessman and the other one's father has just expired 5 years before, and the family is more dependent on the investments made by his father. So you can always find there is more deviations and a more different risk taking ability from students to student. Business. Next, please, ma'am. So, what is SMART goals? Do anyone know about SMART goals? SMART goals. A critical step in managing your finance is to be able to identify your goals. The goals should be SMART. So, what are SMART goals? Does it? Any idea? Please move on to the next slide, ma'am. So it is SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. I think you can understand the terms. So it is very simple to understand, but it is very smart. So dear students, please move on to the next. Dear students, segregate various goals and attempt to build a roadmap for reaching using various asset classes. So here many asset classes are there. So you should always know whether which one is more opt for you. While fixing your goal, you should be specific. So there are some Please move. Some of the examples I have given. So previous slide, please. Yeah, thank you. So specific means I need money to pay my college fees. So how much you need to pay the college fees in a year? That is missing over here. Okay, so this is not a correct approach. So you should always have a correct approach saying that the definite amount of fees you needed in a particular time, a part of time. Okay, so at a particular point of time, that is a year's time, you should have at least 50,000 to pay your college fees. Okay, so likewise, you have to make your correct objectives, correct goals, and measurable. It should be measurable. So in next 6 months, I will return. I will return 3,000. I owe to my friends. Okay, so I already borrowed 3,000 from my friend. I have to pay to him within 6 months. Okay, so this is what you should able to measure. So how much you are going to pay per month. So it is measurable and also attainable. So I will save 2,000 every month by cutting down on eating out and partying. Okay, so you are going to give up something and you are going to save. Okay, so it should be realistic and realistic also. Regularly need not borrow money, more money I can pay. Okay, so I am going to save regularly and I am not going to borrow. Like this, you have to make your own decisions. So setting up goal, a smart goal is very, very important. Okay, the next one. So how to achieve? So arrange the goals in order to in order of their time and reach short term, medium term, and long term. So plan for your each goals. Okay. So implementing plan is very easy, but at the same time, it is also a very challenging one for everyone to invest. So where is the money invested in? What asset classes determines the potential returns that investor can expect. So avoiding risky investments may lead to compromising of the goals. Okay, so it is very important for preparing the plan as a simple but regularly you are investing is more important than planning. Next, please. So risk and returns. Risk and returns always goes together. So high risk, high returns does not mean by taking high risk one is assured of high returns. It is only means that the possibility of high return exists. Conversely, low risk, low returns means that if one takes a low risk, one should be satisfied with the low returns. So risk and investing go in hand. Risk increases as expected, potential return increases, and even no risk what's that, and manage the risk. Okay, so it is crucial to manage your risk. The phrase high risk, high returns must be changed to high risk, high potential returns. That is very, very important. Next one. So this is the risk category. So I have classified based on the risk category the portfolios, the available portfolios in India. So low risk means cash, that is fixed deposits, and medium term risk on debentures, bonds, fixed income, and mutual funds, etc. And high risk is involved in equity shares, mutual funds, equity mutual funds, all these things. So what is power of compounding? Have you heard of Albert Einstein? So, do you know what he called the eighth wonder of the world? It is nothing but the power of compounding. Why? Let us understand with the help of an example. Please next. So this is the simple calculation I have made. If rupees 1 lakh is invested at the rate of 10% per annum, so this is the earnings that I get. Okay, so in 1 year's time, I'm getting 1,10,000, and in 5 years' time, I'm getting 1,50,000, and in 25 years' time, I'm getting 3,50,000. Okay, but if I am having calculated with the compounded interest, I am earning 1,10,000 in the first year. In the fifth year, I am getting 1,61,051 rupees, and in the year of 25 years, I am earning 10 lakhs 83,047 470 rupees, and in years of 30 years I'm getting 17 lakhs 44,940, which is comparatively higher than from the rate of interest that I'm getting out of simple interest rates. Okay, so I'm just getting 1 lakh if I invest and wait for 30 years, and I just get 4 lakh only. But if it is a compounded rate of interest, I'm getting 17 lakh 44,940. So likewise, you have to multiply your investments. So you should know the rule of 72. Please move on to the next slide. No? So do anyone know the rule of 72? Any idea? So this is nothing but it tells you how much time is taken to double your money given the interest rate. So if you are if you are investing your money at a 9% per year, your money will be doubled in roughly around 8 years. Okay, so that is nothing but 72 divided by rate of interest, that is 9%. So you are getting around 8 years. Okay, so 8 nines are 72. So 8 years you have to wait for doubling your money at the rate of 9% per year. Okay, so if it is 10% per year, your money will be doubled approximately 7 years. So please, you can make a simple calculation by investing your money, and you can check when your money will be doubled at what rate of interest. Okay. So you know the effects of inflation. It is really occurs on the people's head. Okay. So you see the price changes. So automatically we are in a need of money to multiply. It is not adding the money, it is multiplying the money. As you could see, the cost of living increases. So see the price of cooking oil in 2009 to 10, it was just 500, but the price in 2020 and 21 is around 1,200 per 5 liters. And see the petrol hike. So I think in Gujarat it is 95 rupees. Is it right? Per liter, but in Chennai we have to pay 101 rupees 40 paise. So here you see how the prices of various household items have grown over the years. Over time, as the cost of goods and services increases, the value of rupee is going to go down because you won't be able to purchase as much with those rupees you could have the last month or last year. So it is very dangerous. So you should always multiply your money that you have. So what is saving and investment? So saving is for a short term, but investing is for a longer term. So value remains stable, almost stable, same. So if you are having your money in your savings account, you can get the interest rate around 3 to 4% only. But if you are investing the same into a short-term financial portfolios or any other instruments, you can double your money. Okay, values moves up and down in short term, and low returns over the long term. And per year, if you are investing your money, say for example 1,000 rupees you are putting in your savings account, and you could earn only around, if it is 4% means 40 rupees. So 1,040 rupees per year you are going to earn. So just 40 rupees has been increased in savings. But in case of any other financial instruments, if you are investing, you can at least get 12 to 15% of returns. So potentially higher returns over a longer run if you invest it. So price of procrastination. So there are two brothers. So that is twin brothers having same age. Anil saved from age of 25 years till 35 years, and he did not withdraw till 60 years. Okay. So this is Anil's saving, and Sunil started saving at 35 years, but continued till 60 years. So another 25 years he has invested his money. Both saved rupees 50,000 per year and earned 10% per annum on their investments. So you see, after at the age of 60 years, so what Anil has received and what Sunil has received. Please move on to the next slide. Yeah, 86 lakhs he has uh, earned. Anil has earned, but he started early. So Anil started saving 50,000 every year and 25 at the age of 25 years till the age of 35. After that, he stopped. He did not invest anything after 35 years, but he has waited for longer period, that is up to 60 years, and he got 86 lakhs. But Sunil started at the age of 35 at the age of 35 and continue till 60 years. Okay, and after 60 years, he is just getting 49 lakhs by saving 12 lakh 50,000. But total investment by Anil was just 5 lakhs. See the differences. So start early, start investing early and get more. It multiplies. So you should also have the such an attitude to multiply your incomes. Next one, choosing the right option. So choosing the right investment option is more important because there are many n number of financial instruments are available. Financial portfolios are available in India. So some I have listed here. So before you could see, you should have these three. So the choice of investment options will depend upon personal circumstances as well as general market conditions. Based on these two factors, so one could like to strike a balance between the following three, that is safety, liquidity, and returns. Next, please. So loans and investments. So you should also know, do not know whether they should avail a loan or build investments to achieve their financial goals. So both our options are different and should be availed appropriately. Okay, next, please. So before you borrow, so you should always have all these points in your mind. Whether you should take a loan depends on your financial strength. A bank or a lending agency looks at your repayment ability. So you must know your repayment ability before you borrow. And you also need to look at various liabilities that you may have. That is credit card debt and personal loans, which are unsecured, and hence they carry a very huge rate of interest has to be paid. So costly loans should be avoided as well as, okay. And you should also have loan with a low interest rate and tax benefits, like example home loans that you can avail. And if you have an investment plan where you can earn high rate of return, you may borrow money and invest. However, please be very careful to assess the risk carefully. Next, please. So the products, I just go through the products, important products, savings and investment related products, bank deposits, all these you would have come across. I'm just browsing it. Small savings schemes, bonds, debentures, company fixed deposits, mutual funds, equity shares and depositories. And there are some protection related products also offered by insurance, that is life insurance and health insurance. And there are various categories and various schemes available based on the purposes. And borrowing related products, personal loans, home loans, mortgage loans, loans against securities, and credit card debt. Okay, all these are some of the borrowing related products. So what are the steps to avoid excess debts? Next slide, please. Yeah. Set debt limits. So decide your debt limits. Setting such a limit helps you keep your debts under your control. So shop carefully for debts. If you need loan, it helps to do comparison shopping. Even after taking a loan, it is a good idea to check once a year to ensure you are still enjoying the best possible options. So, and then don't give into temptation. Here is one video for you. So if possible, can you play now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I think it's not playing.
Ma'am, video is not open.
Okay, no issues. I will share it separately. You can share it with your students later. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Please go to the next slide. So how not to lose your money? So as at the same time, you should be very careful that you are not investing your money into a wrong person. So updating oneself with the current happenings is must for every investor, as he will then be aware of various events in the financial markets. In addition to this, there are various matters that need to be looked into to keep a check on your portfolio. If you do not, then you will end up with losing your money. That is very, very important. So please move. So have you heard of Ponzi schemes? Ponzi schemes are when investors are promised high or huge in returns with the unrealistic and at a very low risk. So it is a big question mark. There should be a question to be asked: If why is the person approaching us when there is such a fantastic opportunity? When there is an opportunity, why he is approaching us? So that has to be asked from that person. So, okay, so you should be very careful with the fraudulent activities. That is investors who are not registered under any of the authorities. Next, please. So purchasing financial products. So purchasing financial products in the sense, some of the financial products you may not be able to know where to purchase and to whom we have to approach. Is it? So there are many intermediaries, distributors, brokers, internet, stock exchanges, mutual fund companies, and so on. So you should always understand which channel can be the best for your option. That is very, very important. And selection of intermediary. So you should always be very careful whether the intermediary is registered under any regulatory authority. If you deal with any unregistered entity, the risk increases as the case of dispute, and the legal course that you have to take would be longer. A registered entity is also required to comply with the registrations that protect the investors of interest of the investors also. Next, please. So steps to be securities market investors. So if you want to invest your money into security market, you should know all these things. Know your client forms has to be submitted, and a PAN card should be there, personal identification proof, address proof, and demat account is mandatory for every buying and selling, and because through which you are going to send and get the money. Trading accounts required for equity investing, and for investing in EMF, that is mutual funds, demat is no, it is only an optional thing. So advantages of financial education. So it helps build a source of financial future, prepared for your financial emergency. In corresponding to contingencies in your financial plan, you are ready to face unseen circumstances stand on. And people who are financially literate are reluctant to buy financial products that they do not understand, and thus do not fall for marketing grims. So financial education is effective at moving people closer to their goals, helps people from overspending and inculcating a habit of savings and investments, and improve various other aspects of life, give you a better control over your financial life. So let us understand what financial planning means and have a good day. So the last slide. So there are some regulatory authority I have just listed for your information. So for various regulators of Indian financial markets are SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, RBI, and IRDA for insurance agencies, and Ministry of Corporate Affairs, NCAs, corporate bills and corporate shares if you are buying, and Ministry of Finance. Okay, these are all some of the regulatory authorities you must know.
वही देख रहा मैं ताला बंद करने वाला मेरा ताले की चाबी कहाँ
Thank
है
you.
Please mute your mic.
Any
Hello,
questions?
Nishar. Yes,
Any
ma'am.
questions? Yes, any questions, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Wait,
Thank
wait
you
for
for
a few
this.
minutes.
Yes.
Ma'am,
So,
one question is coming. Please tell me, ma'am, can you suggest some saving options?
yeah. Yeah, you should always know what is your income first, okay, and what are your expenses. So you have to categorize, and you should know what is your capacity of saving your saving percentage in your monthly income, okay, and then you have to go for choosing the options. Say, for example, if you are having a very little amount of your savings per month, say for example 500,000, because at this age you will be having only your pocket money, your other extra, that is gifts, cash gifts, okay, like that you will be receiving from your parents and elders, okay, so this will be your earnings at present. So once you are going for a job, that is different category, but at this point of time you can have it as a SIPs are there. That is systematic investment plan, so which can be invested in mutual funds. So first of all you should know what are SIPs, and there are mid caps, small caps, mid caps, and large caps also is there. So there the mutual fund agencies will invest your money into mutual funds, and you can get a dividend, okay. So if you are having more complicated to fill all these things, you can go for some RDs, that is recurring deposits, at this point, okay, so at this age. So after that you have to multiply, or you have to increase your rate of interest, rate of returns has to be increased, because if you are investing into a bank portfolios like fixed deposits, RD, like that, you will be earning only little amount, that is up to 7.2 percentage. It was earlier it was 8 percentage, now it is only 7.2 percentage. So you will be earning very little. But in case of shares, equities, mutual funds, you will be earning like 12 percentage to 15 percentage you can earn. So it depends on your how much you are going to earn, how much you are going to save.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah,
any
thank you.
students, any questions? Okay, ma'am. So,
You can, students, you can make that small calculation. I asked you to do as a monthly expenses and your incomes, and what is the part that you can save it in your future. Okay, so every month, please see that you should have a record to that. So every month you have to save. You should not give up. So that is very very important. If you start saving at present, so you should not stop. Should have a continuous input. Any other questions?
no, ma'am. No any questions. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Uh,
Thank you for the opportunity.
okay, ma'am. So, I extend my heartful thanks to you, ma'am, for providing such a meaningful insight on this relevant information. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for College University Faculty of Commerce. You have given us such a wonderful time and wonderful knowledge, ma'am, you are sharing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, students.
Okay.
Thank you, Shubha, ma'am. Shalini.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.